Hello, my name's Sandra Carrillo and I'm one of the teachers here at the For Work Language Centre at the Cámara of Castellón. And today we're going to be speaking to Christopher Clark, one of the teachers that's been with us from the outset.
Hello, Sandra.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you tell me, how long have you been living here, Chris?
Oh, quite a long time. I came here in 1988, so that's now 27 years.
And do you think the level of English has improved since then?
Yes, definitely. I remember when I first came here, it was difficult to have a conversation in English, but now the general level has improved a lot.
But we seem to be very far behind our European partners, and also in places like Asia and Africa, the level of English seems to be much higher than here. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think there are several reasons. I mean, obviously one of the reasons has been the level of teaching, for many years in Spain. But in fact, I think there is another very important factor to mention. A lot of English is learned outside the classroom. It depends on how much exposure you have to the language. You know, a child can learn a language very, very quickly. So if he or she is exposed to the language, for example, with cartoons and films and songs, normally by the age of 5, they are speaking their mother tongue very well.
Yes, I find that extremely frustrating. It's exactly the same as in the films at the cinema, isn't it?
That's right. It's exactly the same. In fact, it happens with children. You know, if a child is exposed to the language, he can learn very, very quickly. They have great capacities of learning. And I think that this is actually a disservice, to always translate something. If you put a child in front of a cartoon program or songs or something like that, he or she can learn very quickly. You know, you and I, for example, at the age of 5, we were speaking our mother tongues pretty well. So this is no mystery. I think it's a natural thing.
Yes, that's right. It's so true. Tell me about the courses for Work Language Centre. This is, I think, the 4th year of this new project.
That's right, 4th year.
And we already have hundreds of students who have successfully completed their courses.
Yes.
Tell me, Chris, why do you think that the courses at the Cámara have been so popular and successful?
Well, I think the main reason is that when the student finishes a course, he or she feels that he has made a real improvement in his level. And therefore the following year returns to do another course at a higher level. I think this is the main reason.
Can you tell us something about the methodology used?
Yes, the methodology used. Well, really, I think that when you learn a language, you have to attack it from all sides. This means that you have to practice all the skills. The skills in the language are speaking, listening, reading and writing. So you have to try to develop these 4 basic skills. Now what happens here at the Cámara is that we concentrate more on speaking and listening in the class time, because the reading and writing activities can be done by the student at home. So it makes more sense to concentrate on speaking and listening in the class.
Yes, our courses have 120 hours of class time,
Yes.
A lot more than the others.
Yes, 120 hours is much more than in other places, but I think that really it takes a long time to learn English. And in one of our courses, which lasts 120 hours, we also expect the student to do 120 hours of study time. So it takes approximately 250 hours to do one of these courses. And for example, if you want to go from B1 to B2, we need 500 hours. To go from B2 to C1, we need 500 hours. So if the course is only 50 or 60 hours, it's going to take the student a long time even to go up one level.
It's not enough input time. Really.
It's not enough time. The idea is that in 2 years with our courses, you can move from B1 to B2 or from B2 to C1. If you do much fewer hours, really it's going to take too long, I think.
Definitely.
For most students.
Exactly. Talking about the B2, for example, here at Gamma we actually prepare our students to obtain the qualification, don't we?
That's right. We prepare students here to do different Cambridge examinations. And B2 is one of them. It's called the Cambridge First Certificate, and it's one of the exams that we prepare the students for here at the Camera.
And these qualifications are renowned, no? These qualifications are recognised throughout
Absolutely,
the world.
Recognised worldwide. You know, when somebody goes for a job or a job interview, almost certainly he or she will be asked about his level of English. If you can say, well, I have B2 from Cambridge University, obviously this is a big advantage. And, you know, the job market is very competitive.
And what about the advanced level C1? These courses popular with students?
The C1 course is becoming more and more popular. And I think what is happening is that more students are obtaining B2. And therefore it's more interesting to move on to a higher level. I think that the job market is very, very competitive. So if you have C1, you are going to appear to be different from the rest of the people.
Very much so. Here we also have a virtual laboratory for students to practice at home, and it's important to make use of these new technologies, isn't it?
Yes, I think it's very important. And here at the Camera we have an e-lab for the student to practice a lot of different activities at home. Our course is basically face-to-face because we believe that the student learns more effectively when he's in direct personal contact with the teacher and other students. But it's important to take advantage of the new technology and to use internet and other facilities. It's very important to take advantage of the new technology, but I think that we shouldn't get confused. The new technology is not a substitute for learning, and therefore, you know, in order to speak the language well, you have to learn it so that you can use it effectively.
Yes, so true. I understand that there are new 6 monthly courses beginning here in January. What does someone need to do if they want to take part in these courses?
Yes, as you say, the new 6 monthly courses are beginning next month. And really it's very simple. Anybody who's interested has to contact the Camera and make a reservation to come and do a placement test.
Something which in itself is very useful because we know that the students are actually going to be in groups which are fitted to their level.
That's right.
Which is
what a placement test is, it's an oral and written test of the student's current level. Because it's very important that he or she is placed in the correct group. If the group is too difficult, if the level is too difficult, maybe the student can become demoralized. And if it's too easy, the student can get bored, and neither of this is a desirable situation. So it's absolutely essential that the student comes and does a placement test with us.
That's clear, and it makes perfect sense, Christopher. Thank you so much for coming to talk to us today.
Oh, it's been a pleasure.